We'll go into our news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage. Holly Schneiderwind and her team over at Eagle Mortgage do an outstanding job. You know, buying a house is a big deal. For most people, it's the most expensive thing you ever purchase, and you want to make sure you get it right. If you go meet with Holly or one of her outstanding mortgage brokers, they'll listen to you, figure out what you need, and keep in mind they are not a bank, they are mortgage brokers, which means they shop the market and pick the best bank for you. They're not beholden to any one of them. Conventional, FHA, VA, they do all of it. Give them a shout. You can stop by the office, 114th in Davenport, or go online, eaglemortgagecompany.com. Trenton, we had a groundbreaking earlier this week. Metropolitan Community College is going to build the Sarpy County campus. It'll be southeast of 144th and Highway 370. Not a small campus. It'll be 144 acres. This will be the college's fourth full-service campus, but the first one they've built since 1980. So why did they choose that location? Well, there's a lot of growth in Sarpy County. The other thing to keep in mind as a community college, they serve businesses and the need for businesses, a lot of employment around there.
So that location, 144th, Highway 50, and Highway 370, prime, it's even better now, but they got it right at the right time. There's a number of people looking at it. Do you remember who they bought it from?
I don't.
I think it was Union Pacific.
Oh, didn't Union Pacific, though, own the land where Google is? I think Union Pacific owned the land where Google is currently located, if I remember correctly. But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll verify that, ladies and gentlemen. But
if I remember correctly, UP was going to do some sort of data center and warehousing and stuff like that out there.
But land prices, when all the big... So what do you think? They've owned it for 10 years, maybe?
It's been a long time, yeah. But I mean, and kudos to them. I mean, they're trying to think ahead and really, find the perfect spot for them.
Well, the Amazon distribution center, a church owned that land.
King of Kings Lutheran Church.
King of Kings, Our Lady of I-80, and affectionately.
No, Our Lady of I-6, or are you thinking of Our Lady of I-680?
No, this is Our Lady of I-80. The one in Old Mill is Our Lady of 680.
I-680, okay. Yeah, we Catholic kids growing up always called Christ Community Church Our Lady of I-680, but I didn't know King of Kings was Our Lady of I-80.
Affectionately.
Back to the news.
So, but they made a fortune. They were going to build a huge church, and they ended up selling it in a couple different tranches, and good for them. It's God's money.
Well, with that, we have some other exciting news. Heritage Omaha is the group that has made so many things possible philanthropically in our community. They are currently teamed up with Project for Public Spaces, working on Omaha's first year-round indoor permanent public market. And we know this is going to be at the riverfront. They have been conducting surveys, gathering public input as to what this market should look like, what should be in it. They've also had meetings with would-be vendors who would be tenants inside this public market. Well, Thursday night, they had the general public and a lot of downtown enthusiasts and community people showed up for this thing. And it was very interesting, as I've been told. Our nonprofit writer, Mark Champion, was there. And the big news is that they revealed what you and I kind of already pretty much knew, but it's been confirmed. The actual site would be southeast of, what is this?
8th and
Farnham. And so right to the west of this site would be the relatively new Brickline Apartments. Right to the north of this site would be the Skate Ribbon, part of Heartland of America Park. And to the east would be the lake. And I'm told that the idea that the organizers have for this would be to make it very architecturally impressive.
But it's got to be vertical. Don't they want... Do we know if this is going to be a for-profit or not-for-profit?
It'll be a non-profit public market. Now, the vertical part would...
People will pay to be vendors in there, obviously.
Sure, but the organization be non-profit, as they often are. And we've talked about this in other shows in the past, but there are great public markets in America, like Philadelphia's Reading Terminal, Pike Place in Seattle. I love the one in Milwaukee because I think it's sized right for Omaha. But what I'm hearing is that this would be a very impressive building architecturally. You bring up the verticality, if that's a word.
Condos or apartments.
which would be for profit. So, but we don't know for sure if there's going to be anything on top of it, although you and I both hope there is.
I'm told it's about 15,000 feet. So it's not, it's a little bit bigger than maybe than a Walgreens or a CVS.
And you, for a public market in that space, could have a hell of a lot of vendors.
So imagine a butcher shop, meat counter, that kind of stuff, seafood, small restaurants.
It's the old market.
Arts and crafts.
It's the farmer's market indoors.
Yeah, year round. And they got the parking garage there at the brick line / what's the name of the Mercantile?
Mm-hmm. The Mercantile is the overall name of the district that is the north part of the ConAgra campus.
And so this is overlooking Heartland of America Park.
Correct. Overlooking the lake. It's kind of it almost looks like a little bit of a peninsula that sticks out into the lake, if you will.
I haven't looked it up, but it's either owned by Heinz, who has the Brookline, or ConAgra still.
Heinz is the developer that's doing the Mercantile, or at least they have been. And then ConAgra has been the owner until they sell off pieces of land. Well, we have an interesting little statistic that might give us insight into the Omaha economy, the Omaha culture, and the local housing market. The Omaha metro area experienced a 53% increase in renters, people who rent their homes at age 65 or over. This is from 2013 to 2023. This is part of a study by Point Two Homes that analyzed the 75 most populous U.S. metro areas. So Omaha's growth of renters age 65 and over of 53%. Are you ready for this, Trenton?
Yep.
Nearly double the national average of 29.4%. And when you look at just single-family houses, renting single-family houses as opposed to apartments or anything like that, Omaha had the number one biggest increase in renters age 65. So
what do we make of that?
That's my question. I guess I'll give my first stab at it, and I'm curious what you think. My first reaction is negative because in general, I certainly like the idea of people in their older years owning property. And so part of me doesn't like to see this. I suppose if there's one positive I could take out, it means that real estate values are increasing and population is increasing. But I don't know. I'm a little concerned by it.
I think so. When people graduate from college, we have a more transient population now of all ages, I think. And so when people aren't, they don't have to sell their house. They're not sitting down roots as much as ownership. And I know it's a trend. I know people can work everywhere, and we all know people that love to travel 6 months in Thailand and 6 months in South America, whatever. And
so Trenton wants to spend 6 months in Thailand. Go ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
Sorry to interrupt.
You're good. So I think that it's going to change cities. And it already has.
Yeah, and if some of this is because people want flexibility in life and mobility in life, great. I applaud that. If some of it is because we're a growing market and you hate to see people's rent go up, but it's a sign of a healthy market, that's good. But to have double the national average and be number one in the country, it means that maybe prices are growing so fast.
I wonder what the statistics are for the length of occupancy in rental houses and rental apartments, and the length of stay if people own a house.
Good question. Well, Trenton, let's finish this news segment by talking about Kum & Go. We know that most of those gas stations are converting to Maverick, which is the Salt Lake City company, which purchased Iowa-based Kum & Go about 2 years ago for about $2 billion. But the problem is apparently there were 3 that they didn't want or couldn't have, or who knows what the case is. So Omaha-based Megasaver has completed the acquisition of 3 of these Kum & Go's, 144th and Q, 192nd and West Center Road, and 168th and Cornhusker Road.
Yeah, they're definitely growing as well. And if you find the conversation at Grow Omaha Facebook page, people have always made fun of the name Kum & Go out for obvious reasons. And if not, Jeff will explain it right now. But people gave their take on what the name should have been or could have been. What was your favorite?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that and just say there's an old saying in U.S. history that says a chicken in every pot and a mega saver on every corner.
The one I didn't get was that somebody said nut and bolt.
And with that, we've got your news of the week brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.